Good morning. Welcome once again to the Daily Devotionals for Nurses podcast. My name is Tola Olabi, and we are currently talking about your training season. So, we've been talking about revival, what revival means, and just going deeper into what type of revival is going to happen. And we are currently on Psalm 40, verse 2, the B part. And let me actually read from the A part. Psalm 40, verse 2. He also brought me up out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock and established my steps. As we continue to talk about revival, and I'm currently on that word rock, and I'm like, what does that word mean to you? And the very first thing, and the very first Bible verse that came to my mind, and one of the Bible verses was Psalm 144, where David was talking, extolling, praising the Lord. And he says, "Blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle." And that's where we stopped last time. We talked about the training that the Lord trains your hands for war and your fingers for battles. He gives you wisdom for the big battles you have to fight, or the bigger picture of the war, the little, the big. He's in all of it. He's training you. He's setting you up to know what to do. And today I'm continuing on Psalm 144, verse 2. He's still describing the Lord, my rock. It says, "My loving kindness and my fortress, my high tower, and my deliverer." My loving kindness and my fortress. David is just talking about the love that God has for him. And my fortress, my high tower. And as I was reading up on the word fortress, it means a military stronghold, especially a strongly fortified town, right? It could also mean a fort, a castle, a tower, a bunker, a strong, same word again, stronghold. And then I like that he then said, "My high tower." And when you look at a high tower back in the day, when they built their towns or their cities, there was usually a high tower where they set up a guard on that high tower. And the job of that guard in the high tower was to warn people, hey, the enemy's coming. Hey, there are people coming. Here, there's something happening, right? To alert others of what is happening. And so for me, I believe as the Lord has led us to even this description of the Lord, my rock, I believe part of your training is what happens in the fortress, in the high tower. And for me, when I actually read or think of the word high tower, what was a high tower back in the day is now a satellite, right? The satellites that's been launched into space, what do the satellites do? They help predict weather. They help us navigate, right? That's why we can find our way with GPS. It helps communication. You can make satellite calls. You can watch TV. And they warn you. Because of that satellite, you are warned of a lot of things that are coming your way. And I firmly believe part of that training that you're going through, or you're going to go through as the Lord is reviving each and every one of us, is you start to understand deeper. Just like how the satellite can predict weather, you start to know things before they happen because you're walking with the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is training you. You start to know things even before they happen, right? And that's what's that called? Discernment. Your discernment is stronger. You start to discern with clarity. Because sometimes you wonder, how did I fall into this situation? It could have been because of disobedience in the past. But now, as the Lord is doing something new, you start to discern better. That warning system, you get that alert before you go into a contract, before you go into something new, maybe a relationship, a friendship, it could be a job, a business, a partnership. That warning system, that satellite warning system that's on the high tower is activated. But you have to be open to the warnings, to how the Lord is training you. Because some of us want the Lord to warn us on the bigger things, right? Oh, yeah, this relationship, you should not go into it. But what about the little things that the Lord is warning you about on a daily basis, right? What about the things that the Lord is already speaking to you about? Hey, don't do that thing. Hey, don't say that. Hey, read this instead. Hey, watch this instead. That is training. You do not have to wait for that huge, loud warning to come your way first. Start with the discernment that the Lord is already showing you on a daily basis and build upon it. Build upon your obedience. Be obedient in the little things first. That is how training happens, right? We just don't go and give you 1,000 pages, say, oh, write a 1,000-page report when you've never even written a 1-page report, right? So start where you are. Be obedient to the leading of the Holy Spirit, and the Lord will continue to train you.